Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Joe Rogan, bro, just fucking invite me on. Release me of all these other things, man. We're resting today. If I could just formally get an invitation onto Joe Rogan podcast, and I'll release myself of leaving tomorrow. But guys, we're leaving tomorrow at around 12. Joe Cohen, he's my high priest. We're supposed to be on the jet skis. Joe Cohen!
All right, so we have disgraced influencer Liver King going through a manic episode and doing a bunch of drugs and trying to hunt down Joe Rogan to fight him, which got him arrested. So this guy, he's been completely spiraling ever since he got busted for using steroids. If you remember, he gained a lot of popularity a couple of years ago, and he started making the rounds on podcasts, and he went on a lot of Joe's friends shows like The Fighter and the Kid, Birdcast, and Flagrant, and he claimed he got his physique by eating raw meat, and he would always deny taking steroids, but then he got caught spending 10 grand a month on them. And since then, he's just been going through it. Like, he's completely lost his mind. And he's on some kind of hardcore drugs. Like, one of his pupils is like twice the size of the other. And he goes on these incoherent rants all day on Instagram about how he's going to fight Joe Rogan and he's going to get on his podcast. So he's just deranged and he's desperate for attention too. And also he's pissed because Joe never wanted to have him on and he called him mentally ill, which obviously he wasn't wrong about.
Have you seen Liver King recently?
No, what's going on?
He seems like, I don't know, like borderline schizophrenic now.
Is that also, I think he was mentally ill, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
I would have, listen, let me just classify my definition of mentally illness as someone who lies. I think it's a mental illness.
Okay. Yeah.
I think lying when it's really obvious.
Yeah.
You're lying about taking steroids when it's super obvious you're on steroids. Mm-hmm. You're 46 years old. You look like a fucking superhero. And you're right. You're just super jacked. Yeah. You know, and then gets caught. Just guys, juice to the tits. Obviously, for a guy like you or a guy like me, we look at a guy like that like, you've got to be on the juice. You don't even look remotely normal.
So I think this is a big reason why Liver King is going after Joe. And he also calls out Derek from More Plates, More Dates, who Joe was talking to there. And I think that's who exposed him for the steroid use. So Liver King blames him and Joe for his downfall. And now that he's at rock bottom and he's smoking meth or whatever he's doing, and he hasn't slept in days, like he's always talking about how tired he is and how he needs to go to sleep, he's finally ready to challenge Joe Rogan. So he keeps posting these videos like he thinks the fight is going to happen. And he keeps trying to hype it up. And he said he's going to make Joe Rogan pay. And he's ready to go to Austin to meet him, which is obviously just creepy because Joe wants nothing to do with him. You know, he didn't respond to this at all. And who knows if he was even aware of it at first. And if he was, he probably didn't really care that much. But then once Liver King showed up in Austin, then he had to take it a little more serious.
We're going to make Joe Rogan pay, Big Chud, one of us, both of us. And I'm going to make the other sleazy Dirk, what's his name? And then he's going to be a better man. And when he does, we'll be like, yeah, better man. That's his last name, Dirk Betterman. And then the other guy, just forget about him. Just, that's how you pay. Real tension, real fight, no, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. I'm going to make you pay. I am going to actually make you pay. And what you pay will be donated to Good and True. I was just thinking about going to sleep. Why do you go to sleep? Well, when do you go to sleep? When you're tired. Maybe I sleep when I'm tired. Sleep when I'm tired. Well, I'm not really tired because I'm in fight mode. I'm not going to go to sleep, and I am going to sleep. I'm going to rest, but right now I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for my family, for what's right, and I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to fight until, oh, there's a cockroach right there. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Oh, there you little cockroach friend. I'm gonna make a quick video to weigh myself right now. In case you didn't know, I take shits on the ground. This is where I lay in the shower. I lay it on the ground. That's my enema bucket. That's my enema bucket right there. And that's what I'm about to do, is I'm gonna try and get a shit worked out. But I'm gonna weigh myself so that it's official. I actually challenged Joe Rogan to a fight. True. $1 million, the loser pays to donate to a charity, Good and True of my choosing. True. Ready to go immediately. That's true. I weigh 192, maybe less. And then afterwards, I still want to invite Joe Rogan, or I'll come to his house. I'm inviting him to mine for us to have dinner afterwards.
Yeah, I'm sure Joe would love to have dinner with this guy. I mean, he's basically like a feral animal at this point. You know, he's always scampering around the woods and he has cuts all over his face and he shits on the floor. And now he's hunting down his prey, Joe Rogan, even though Joe would easily kick the shit out of this guy. But, I mean, it sounds like he wants to get choked out by Joe. He keeps talking about how that would be his dream.
And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, what I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm going to choke that motherfucker out, lights out, I'm going to choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens, because like to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping, because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family.
And things got even more serious when he traveled to Austin with his family and he started making threats towards Joe. And then he also even had merch made. He brought a bunch of boxes of t-shirts with his and Joe's face on them. And he kept acting like he was talking to Joe in these videos. So he is completely unhinged. And I don't know how his family is just going along with this. I mean, he needs to get some serious help.
Capital of Texas. What's the capital of Texas? Houston. It's Houston. Guess what? You're dead, bitch. You're dead. You're dead. Because yeah. Welcome to Texas. We just got here. And this is Mace. Joe Rogan, I'd like for you to meet Doberman 1. This is Axe. You've already met him, but maybe you weren't paying attention. I'd like for my family to meet your family. These are my family call with my family. We're bringing free Wi-Fi with us. The password is fuck you, Joe Rogan. Fuck you, Joe. But it's only one time, not twice. Let me start over. Password is fuck you, Joe Rogan. Hey, Joe Rogan, I want to introduce you to Jim Riggs. Jim Riggs, this is Joe Rogan. You might know what this is, Joe Rogan. I'm going to call it Jim Riggs. A couple of things are for real. A couple of them. If you were to take a picture of this, what do you see? Technology? Technology.
So then after this, the next day, law enforcement had to get involved and Liver King was arrested for terroristic threats towards Joe Rogan, which is for the best. I mean, somebody needed to step in and get this guy to chill. Like, he definitely would have ended up hurting somebody.
We can build people, celebrate comedy's awesome. You're still great, Joe Rogan. I can be arrested. I want to fight you, real tension. It's all going to happen. I'm speaking fast now. I did plan that one.
Hey, we know.
You're not going to stop recording.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let's just not have that on your pocket.
What? A Leatherman?
Yeah.
A Leatherman.
With a knife in it.
I know, but it's not reasonable to have a Leatherman?
They're going to take it off of you.
Okay, keep protecting me like Peter Nemeth tried to. Don't say anything. Contract, don't say anything. What did I do that's illegal? Can somebody first just tell me? Because as soon as you can do that and keep recording. Because what we do is family. You never have to be embarrassed of family. Ancestral honor, it's called reputation. Yeah, so y'all boys should too. Everyone should be coming. I would love it if all of that could be. Are they right outside?
Yep.
The police?
Yep.
And
They're unmarked.
How much time do you think we have? Wait, they're unmarked?
They're
How do you know the police?
Because I saw their badge.
How do you know the real badges?
Because I'm worked in law enforcement for a very long time.
Love this family. We didn't get outside to say our prayer. If they'll be nice enough to give me 2 minutes, I ask that you please show me what I need to see today. Reveal to me, my family, what we need to feel to us today. Please seal it into us, dear God, with the expression of action that's good and true. Framework good and true. Dear God, please.
Yeah, so that's what the Liver King is up to. It's wild, but I guess at the same time, it's not that surprising. I mean, this guy obviously always seemed pretty crazy, and him falling off just made him completely snap. So hopefully he can get some help, and we'll see if Rogan addresses this. he might just try to ignore it. But let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, make sure you check out my Patreon. I'm about to post a new video about Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino trashing other podcasters like Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan for being too political. And a couple weeks ago, I talked about Tim Dillon exposing Joe Rogan's handler, which I highly recommend checking out. And there are over 130 other exclusive videos, so there's a ton to go through. They're just like my YouTube videos. So if you enjoy this, make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth it. I'll put a link in the description.